So it certainly is wintry out there again this evening. It's barely getting light some days, and it's often very wet or quite squidgy underfoot. So what can you do with your dogs? Because it's not always possible or desirable to go for your typical 2 walks a day. So the first thing I would say is 2 walks a day are not essential, not every day. You might do 3 short ones one day, you might do 1 long one the next day. You might even have days when you don't walk at all. What's important is your dog has to have bathroom breaks, and it's how you spend your time with your dog. Um, there's lots of ways of meeting their social and environmental enrichment needs without trogging around in the half dark, in the drizzle, freezing cold. So, what could you do? Outings to friends' houses. You could hire one of the fields at Farrowby Farm where they have a shelter if it's raining, so you can at least stand in the shelter while your dog has a pot around. And any outing where your dog's in a different environment and having a great time. Honestly, if I have to go to the vets, I take all the treats along if I have time to plan it, and we take mats, and it's a real outing. And for me, it's a quality way of spending time with my dogs. Um, when it's snowy and icy, they are also opportunities uh, for extra enrichment with your dog because they hold scent differently. You can scatter feed on the snow. You could just play fetch on the snow or find a tennis ball buried in the snow. Of course, if you've got reactive dogs, actually, when it's half dark, drizzly, and very squidgy underfoot, there are going to be no other dog walkers around. So it's often a really good time to go out for a walk. But you can stay inside too. There's so many things you could do to provide them with mental, physical, food-based, as well as social enrichment. Just having visitors to the house is can be a huge thing for dogs. They're getting a chance to interact with new people, hang out with new people. You could get them a new food-based enrichment toy, like a wobbler Kong that dispenses treats, a wet food Kong where you can put wet food in and they lick it out, or a new chew. These are, that's a yak's milk chew and a hoof. They both last a really long time. You don't always have to do it, but on days where you just think, no, we need a break from the relentlessness of walking, they're great alternatives. Little training sessions. Get a treat in your left hand at nose height, draw it in a big circle, and I say chase the treat round, release it once they've gone all the way, and say spin, and then see if you can't keep training them. So they'll do the spin with a smaller and smaller circle with your finger without the treat being held. Doesn't matter what you train them, the hand touch is another great one. Little training sessions at home get them mentally tired and they are experiencing high quality interaction with you as well. One thing I do is I'll often have just treats in my pockets, but if I haven't, I'll put them in anyway. And then if I can get upstairs or in another room without people following me, I'll do a little hide and seek recall. So you just hide. You don't have to hide really thoroughly for dogs, but just duck slightly out of sight and call them to you. A bit of hide and seek goes a long way with dogs. Other things you could try are just doing basic home-based agility courses or free work. So just like with children, you can get all the sofa cushions off the sofa. You could put a couple of high back chairs together, put a blanket over the top and make a little bit of a den. And you can scatter treats on things to encourage your dogs to go and explore. And all of that is a lovely way of spending time with them at home as well. So my main message is please don't feel you have to go out for 2 walks a day. Mental, social, physical enrichment at home or in other indoor venues is all great too. Thanks. Bye.